to the... Descarado with the Caulfield Cup again. American Trevor.
Hello and welcome to your daily bite of the Victorian Spring Racing Carnival in Australia. It's been a day of arrivals and departures from the Werribee International Horse Center, with the Godolphin jet of Sheikh Mohammed touching down with 2 Melbourne Cup hopefuls. While we got only the briefest glimpse of the brown gelding Moden and the bay entire lost in the moment, travelling foreman Tommy Strang said they had come through the flight well. The Godolphin pair checked into the Vintage Crop Stable complex at Werribee, joining the weekend arrivals Jukebox Jury and Fox Hunt, trained by Mark Johnson, and the Ed Dunlop-trained Red Cadeau. Wire fences and locked gates are an essential part of the quarantine regulations, but the welcome for seasoned traveller Strang was warmer than it looked.
2 ideal horses for this sort of race. Yeah, they travel very well, you know. What can I say? It's in the next 24 hours when we monitor them and make sure that they are now as when we were there.
Trainer Saeed bin Suror has 4 times been placed in the Melbourne Cup, and the race is one of the few big international events still to elude the Godolphin team.
It's Central Park and Rogan Josh, the outside part's got his 11th cup.
The biggest news of the trip was confirmation that Frankie Dettori will not be coming to Melbourne this spring, leaving Karen McAvoy with the Plum Mount and a local jockey to be found for the other.
They've only got 8.5, 53 kilos.
That's too light for Frankie.
He can't do it. He's definitely cut his leg off.
At this stage, Moden is the better fancied of the pair in betting for the Emirates Melbourne Cup, winning the Group 3 September Stakes for Sir Michael Stout before Godolphin bought the stayer with the Melbourne Cup in mind. While Americain is the logical Cup favourite, Jukebox Jury is the closest to him of the internationally trained horses. And with stablemate Fox Hunt, he did light exercise on the track today under the eye of Mark Johnson's assistant trainer, Robin Watton. Ed Dunlop's Red Cadeau was being given more time to recover from the flight and just had a bit of sunshine. But assistant trainer Robin Trevor Jones was beaming with the way he came through his long flight.
Yeah, he's been great. He's travelled good. He only lost 5 kilos on the flight, which was unbelievable. I've never had one only lose so little. He's straight into his food and drink. He's been an absolute, well, a perfect horse to take away at the moment.
Over in the other stable block, Newminster, there were 2 departures, with Brian Ellison deciding to send Moyang Corniche and Saptaparty down to the Mornington Peninsula for some beach work.
Well, we're going to Pinecliff at Jim Conlon's. When I was here before, we were stable at Jim's. You know, he's got swimming pools, he's got the beach, they've got jacuzzis, and he's got his own gallop. And it just makes sense, really, to do the best I can for my horses.
There are still 9 horses in the Newminster block, and 2 of them will have their final lead-in runs to the Melbourne Cup in Wednesday's $225,000 Geelong Cup. The French-trained Dunedin makes his Australian debut, to be ridden by Caulfield Cup winning jockey Craig Williams. Through a translator, assistant trainer for Mikel Delzangles, Aymeric Candas, said he expects Dunedin to be running home strongly at the end of the 2,400-metre race.
Yeah, the horse is doing really well. I mean, he's done everything he's been asked for so far. So all the stuff he's done so far has been pretty good. Emmerich is very happy with the horse. Apparently he's going to the Geelong Cup. Looking forward to it.
Dunedin is already safely in the Melbourne Cup field, so it's not essential that he emulate Media Puzzle or Americain by winning at Geelong. But for 9-year-old Bauer, Wednesday's race is the last chance saloon as he attempts to win the Geelong Cup for the 2nd time. Unless he repeats his 2008 win, he won't make the Melbourne Cup field. But part owner Terry Henderson reckons he has a good shot at it.
All the indications are great. He has come through the Caulfield race well, and that was on the back of a good win in England. So he looks, his action's very fluid. He was sharp on Saturday morning, so we're pretty happy with the way he is. Looking at him walking around, looking at him prancing, we watched him on the Wass on Saturday, and you'd think you were playing with the 2-year-old.
And that's all for now, but a big day looms tomorrow with our bite from the Breakfast with the Best track work session and the barrier draw for the Tats Cox Plate.